guys, it's Sarah, and today I have my second layout of the month using the Nicole Jones 911 Designs printables, and I am a little later in the month than I was planning to be. Things got a little crazy. So next month I plan to have my two layouts up earlier in the month, so sorry it came down to the very end, but today I am scrapping about my daughter Kaylin, and I snapped a picture of her reading on the couch one day, and it's something I definitely wanted to make sure that I documented because she does love to read. She's starting to get away from it a little bit as she gets a little older. She's, kind of showing interest in other things, so I'm kind of trying to nurture it still and trying to encourage her to continue to be a reader because obviously I am. So she still does love to read. I just have to kind of encourage her a little bit more now to pick up a book than I used to be able to. Okay, so I used a dark gray cardstock for my kind of solid foundation there. And I have that really pretty notebook paper. And that is going to serve as kind of my main background. And then I have a sliver of map paper, and I have that really pretty ombre chevron and this stripe here. These are all scraps from my stash. So I just kind of grabbed things that I thought were going to work well. And then I do have that 6x8 piece of paper there that came from, I believe, a Chamel paper pad from what I'm remembering. And it has a bookshelf on it. So I definitely wanted to use that. That was kind of the first thing I picked when I was searching for things for this layout. So, but everything else are scraps. And in the beginning, this piece right here was cut in two. So I just cut a strip of it and made it work for what I needed here. So these are all just scraps that I've cut down. And then I will use this one here. And I really like the matte paper, and if you look at it by itself, it's really, really busy and colorful. But as you can see, I covered up a lot of the main colors, and I just have some pink and some blues kind of peeking out, which is what is going to go with this layout. So even though there was like yellows and greens and other colors on there that were kind of bold, I ended up covering them up. So the paper still works really nicely. And I like that it's a map because she is reading a fantasy book in this. And maps always go well with fantasy. So okay, so I do have this paper here that is from the same paper pad, from the Chamel paper pad, and it says Dream Come True. So I punched that out with a circle punch, and I'm going to use that on here as well. And then I do have these letter stickers that I'm going to use for my title. These are from Pink Fresh Studio, and they're just a really pretty navy blue. And I'm going to spell out my reader. And I really like the way that these look. These are like a puffy thicker almost. And that fits there really nicely. And then I am going to pick some of my printables here. So I know I want to use some cameras. I'm going to grab a tab and a journaling spot, and I believe I'm going to use one of those arrows. So I'm going to grab a purple journaling label. So these are the ones that have lines on them to be able to write straight. I can usually write pretty straight, but the lines do help. And I picked a pretty purple to go with all the other purple that's on there. And then I'm going to use one of these arrows as well. I believe I'm going to grab a blue one. Yeah, I'm going to grab a blue one. And I'm just going to cut it by hand. And then I believe I'm going to ink the edges of it as well. So I'm just going slowly and carefully around the edges here. It's not perfect, but it works. And then I am going to ink the edges a little bit. So I'm just going to grab my Tim Holtz. I'm going to grab a smoky gray to go kind of with the gray cardstock in the back there. It's very subtle, but it's a nice little detail. And I'm going to grab one of these labels here, one of these tab labels, and I'm going to grab one that I can write on because I want to write the name of the book that she's reading in here, and I'm going to put that right up above her picture there. And I like that little detail of adding the, the title of the book she was reading at the time. So I'll do that when I do my journaling. Go ahead and put all these down here. And I'm going to pop this one up on some foam. This is just fun foam that I got at Walmart. So I do have to adhere it down twice. I did not get the self-adhesive kind. And I'm going to go ahead and put that down. I will eventually tuck it underneath the photo, but I'll do that in a little bit here. And I do cut out one of these cameras as well in a turquoise. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write the name of the book that she was reading, which was A Tale of Magic by Chris Colfer, one of her favorite fantasy series. And then I did my journaling there, and then, eventually I'll tuck it under. For some reason, I don't know why I didn't like it over the photo, so I'm going to tuck it under here in a few minutes, but... Okay, so I'm going to grab another camera here, a smaller one, and I'm going to cut that out, and I believe I'm going to put that on top of the paper with the bookshelves on it, and so it kind of looks like it's integrated into that paper, like it's supposed to be there. And then this is where I decide, I'm going to go ahead and change that. And as you can see, I put the camera on the paper that's right above the Dream Come True. I think I accidentally cut that out when I was editing, so I'm sorry about that. But it's in there. Okay, and I'm going to grab some enamel dots. I'm going to grab some purple enamel dots, and I'm going to end up using the rest of them on this layout, which is nice. I used up a package of something. So I'm going to go ahead and put these down, and then that is going to complete my layout. So I have some close-ups coming up here for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you guys have any questions at all, and I will leave a link down below to Nicole's website and her YouTube channel as well. If you guys have not checked that out, please do, but you can get the printables and use my discount code that I'll have in the description for 10% off. Okay, I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.